just a moment. Okay, we're just about to get started here. So I will put away the clock. And
Recording in progress.
going to welcome in our LinkedIn Live audience. Got it. Welcome to our LinkedIn Live audience. And welcome everyone who's here on Zoom, YouTube Live, or LinkedIn Live. And I want to welcome you to the career information session on accelerating your data science career with the postgraduate program from Caltech CTME, the Center for Technology and Management Education. My name is Stuart Creek. I work for Simplilearn. We are the delivery partner with Caltech CTME. So we provide the platform and they provide the program oversight and curriculum. And IBM is also a partner in the program, so I'll describe that for you. And we'll be hearing a little bit today from Mike Ash, who is one of the executives at Caltech CTME. He has been in industry for quite a long time, and he manages the new professional education programs that Caltech CTME offers, which we are partners with about, I think, 10 at this point. So we're very proud of that partnership, and I'll talking about that a bit. I'm also going to have you hear from Shubham Pandey, one of our senior trainers. He is going to take you through the learning management system, how it works, and what you can expect from the experience in this program. So we'll talk about data science careers. We'll talk about what this program offers, how the program gets you job ready. I'll take you through the enrollment steps and share with you a bonus offer that you'll receive for being here today on this webinar. And then we'll take your questions. So if you have questions that you'd like me to take toward the end of the presentation, please put them in the Q&A in Zoom or put them in the comments or chat box within your streaming service, and we will get to those toward the end of the presentation. So remember to stay with us to hear about the bonus offer. At this point, I'm going to let you hear from Mike about careers in data science. So allow me to do that.
So let's talk a little bit about careers in data science. So, you know, not only has this been popular and everyone already knows that, but the amount of data that is out there is staggering. I mean, you can't even really wrap your head around it. 175 zettabytes is more than I can imagine. A lot of that is in video, a lot of that is in unstructured text, a lot of that is in structured data. And we all need ways of understanding what that is. What are the patterns? How do we use this? Whether we're using it for science, or we're using it for business, or other applications. It's a huge field, and maybe some of you on this webinar today are looking at changing your career to move into the field. You're already a technologist and you want to expand what you're doing. And we'll talk a little bit about how this might be relevant for you. Some of the many roles across data science that this program is going to be relevant for include people who want to be a data scientist, who want to be a better analyst, architect information, architect technologies, applying machine learning and business intelligence and visualization to commercial problems. Perhaps you want to get into statistics, whether for research or business, and just being an overall kind of analytics engineer. And that is more than just the technologies, but it's the communications. It's being able to understand, what is this data telling us? What does it mean? And whether or not we should act on it. And so these are many roles that are available in almost any kind of company. And if you're pursuing these kinds of roles, there are a number of skills that you need to excel in. And one boot camp's not going to give you everything. You can't be an expert just by finishing. But in a comprehensive program like ours, you're going to cover many of these things, and you're going to know a substantial portion in order to land that job or operate successfully in the role, right? So you already need to be kind of clever and come in with an understanding of math and basic statistics. But what you're going to get into here to build skills is more around what kind of data do we need to solve problems? How do I get that? How do I manipulate that data? How do I get it ready to perform certain analyses? Is it something that we can apply machine learning to? How do we train that machine learning? How do we package all that together? And whether we're scripting or coding or using Python, we'll have to get into those things. And so having that kind of broader analytical thinking and critical thinking, you also need to bring your skills in the scientific method, having a hypothesis, finding the data, and solving those problems, proving or disproving those hypotheses, whether it's for business experiments or research or other. We're going to work on making you a better analytical thinker.
So here is where I'm going to ask you your first poll question. On to this first poll question. And what has stopped you up until now from enrolling in a program like this and becoming an expert in data science, getting certified in data science? So is it because you can't find a program that has the comprehensive curriculum that covers all the skills that Mike talked about? Is it because you don't have confidence that you'd end up with practical experience that you could use to show off your new skills? Is it because you find it difficult to learn in a self-learning pre-recorded video environment? Or is it because you can't find the time in your schedule to do it? So you can answer all 1, 2, or all 4 of these issues. And if you're on the streaming service, you can use A, B, C, or D to stand in for the choices. I'm going to close the poll in about 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. The biggest objection people have is that they don't feel that they would come out of a program with practical experience to be able to show off their skills and demonstrate that they've done the work and know how to do it. And the other bigger objections are not having a curriculum that's fully comprehensive and finding the time within your schedule. So let's talk about this program, the postgraduate program in data science from Caltech Center for Technology and Management Education. It is an 11-month fully online program. So you do it completely online. You do it from your desktop or laptop, anywhere you are. You can do it 24/7. The only requirement that is scheduled is the live virtual classes that happen on the weekends, where you spend 4 hours Saturday, 4 hours Sunday, interacting with your instructor in a classroom environment online. You get to ask them questions, they get to ask you questions, they take you through live examples, you interact with your peers, and then in between those weekend sessions, you have your labs, your projects, self-study videos to prepare for next week's class, that type of thing. All of that's available to you 24/7. You can do it on your own schedule. Much of the materials accessible on your mobile device, so you can actually watch the self-study videos while you're commuting or doing other things. So it's very flexible. You only need to devote about 10 hours a week over the 11-month period. And as I'll go through with you, the curriculum is very comprehensive. It's industry aligned. Caltech CTME is the branch of Caltech that transfers knowledge from the university and the research institutions into industry. They work very closely with companies and other organizations to understand what their employees need to know about technology, skills to have in technology, and they design their programs around those needs. You also notice that IBM is part of this program, and they add another dimension of industry alignment. So, excuse me, pardon me, one moment. Sorry about that. And everything you do on the program is done on the online environment, including integrated labs, including any support you need. You have a community that you interact with your fellow classmates and your instructors. You can access 24/7 support, not only for the platform itself, but also for the subject matter. So if you're working at 3 o'clock in the morning on a project and an answer or some help, if some doubt or blocker that you want to get past, you can get help anytime. So at the end of the process, you'll receive several important benefits. Number one, you'll have the certificate from Caltech, which certifies that you've completed the program successfully, that you have demonstrated the skills be taught in the program, that you've done your final capstone project to show employers what skills you have and how you use them. You also receive certificates along the way from IBM for the classes that they provide within this program. So integrated into the program, and IBM issues those certificates. You'll be doing more than 25 projects along the way, so you will build up a portfolio of demonstrated experience that you can show off to not only your current employer, but future employers, potential employers, and demonstrate how you have used each of these skills. It's extremely important when you're facing interview questions about how to use a particular tool or take a particular approach, use a particular algorithm. Along the way, you can take master classes from Caltech CTME instructors and from IBM instructors. You have access to hackathons and Ask Me Anything sessions from IBM. So you have ability to add a bit more to your experience. If you are in an industry that requires you to provide continuing education units, can demonstrate your continuing education with 14 CEUs from Caltech CTME at the end of the program. These are used by some, especially in the US, official organizations to demonstrate that you have taken continuing education to keep your skills sharp. That's an additional benefit. And you also get membership in the online Caltech CTME circle for industry networking with your peers over time. You'll be invited to an online convocation where you'll be recognized by name by the program executives from Caltech and Simplilearn. And you can invite your family and friends to see you receive that honor. So we're, as I mentioned before, extremely proud to be affiliated with Caltech. Caltech is a private university, not part of the University of California or California State University system. It's an institution that was founded over 130 years ago. It focuses primarily on research. It has very few undergraduates compared to the number of graduate students and researchers, scientists doing work in the various research labs at Caltech. And it is the home and alma mater of a number of Nobel laureates. Many people earn Nobel Prizes for the work they did doing research at Caltech, and many people who earned Nobel Prizes for work they did elsewhere have come to Caltech to continue their research. The home of many advanced labs, including the Jet Propulsion Laboratory for NASA, which develops deep space probes, develops and builds them. So it's a very exciting institution. It's consistently ranked in one of the top 5 universities in the world. If you have ever seen the television program The Big Bang Theory, know that it's set at Caltech because they wanted to pick a place where they would find the concentration of the smartest people in the world. So this is one of the places where you can find a high density of extremely bright people. Having Caltech on your resume, therefore, is a big accomplishment. People will recognize that. So move on to IBM and our affiliation with them. We're also very proud of that. Simplilearn works with IBM in a number of programs, and in this case, IBM offers a Python for data science, which is a required course in this program. It also offers the elective R programming for data science. And as I said, you'll have access to elective Ask Me Anything sessions, hackathons, master classes. You'll receive, for the courses that you do with the IBM instructors, you'll receive IBM certificates. So talk about the eligibility and prerequisites. To join this program, you must have a bachelor's degree with 50% marks or better. This is a postgraduate program. So do have to have the bachelor's degree. You do have to have a basic understanding of concepts in programming and math, but you do not have to have experience as a programmer, mathematician, statistician. You just have to have basically have taken the courses in college, university, or have other experience with programming, for example, projects you've done on your own. Just so that you can demonstrate the basic understanding. We say that you want to have 2 or more years of work experience so that you understand how data is used in organizational environments. It is not a hard and fast requirement, so you can come into this program without work experience. But again, we do recommend that you have that. At this point, I'm going to ask another poll question. This poll question is, folks in the audience, how much experience do you have in formal work, not necessarily in technology work, but in the workplace? While you answer that question, I'm going to check something else here. And I'll be with you in just a moment to end the poll. One moment. Okay. Apologize for that delay. So more than half of our audience are people who are currently studying. Presumably that means you're in university working on your bachelor's degree. And you will have to wait until the formal requirement is that you need to have completed your bachelor's degree by the time you complete this program. So if you are within 10 months, say, of getting your bachelor's degree, you're eligible on the education basis to enter the program. If you're further than that, you'll need to wait a little bit. For the rest of you who are have work experience, presumably have your bachelor's degrees, you're good to go. So let me move forward. We'll talk about how this program prepares you. And at this point, I'm going to let you hear from Shubham Pandey, one of our senior instructors, who will take you through the learning environment. That includes managing your curriculum, what the live classroom looks like, tests and assessments, capstone project, how to track your progress through the system, and the support tools. So let me let you hear from Shubham now. This is where I'm going to let Shubham present to you the learning environment, the learning management system.
Sure. Thanks, Stuart. Let me
Thank
share
you.
my screen for that.
And he'll give us a bit of a tour of what the experience is like for learners.
My screen is visible to all of you?
Yes, it is.
Great. Thank you. So this is how your learning management system would look like when you will log into your LMS. LMS, when I say, I mean learning management system. So learning management system is basically a one-stop shop for you for all your learning requirements. So I'll just take you through this learning management system. I need to, I guess, refresh my page. Here you go. So here I have these programs I have enrolled for. I'm a trainer, so I'm enrolled into multiple programs. So I'll go to one of these programs, a postgraduate program in AI and machine learning. I'll click here on this tab, go to program. So in this program, we've got these all courses. Course 1, welcome class for Purdue, AI machine learning program. It is for Purdue, so I just opened that. That was handy. That was ready for me. PGI, Python for data science. Then you've got data science with Python, machine learning. So all these courses are given here in a very structured manner, so that if you start from scratch, even if you don't know anything, you can start from scratch and then you can get to the acme of this particular zone, this particular field. So if you click on any of these courses, you will land into this page. Okay, so this is a self-learning course. Here you have these self-paced videos. So there are some self-learning courses. There are some instructor-driven courses. The idea is to give you the holistic learning. So I just opened the self-learning. Now I'll open the instructor-led course. So here you have everything. So this is a course, machine learning. So here you've got these self-paced videos, lesson-wise, in a very well-structured way. These are the self-paced videos. So before you go for the class, before you go for the live class, you can prepare yourself You can get yourself ready with the overview of that particular subject. That will give you an edge in the class. You'll be able to discuss better with the instructor. You can join your classes through live class tab. Okay. This is a practice lab. This is a cloud-based lab, so you don't require to install any tool. You can work on cloud-based environment. So this is an environment in which you will work in real life as well. So when you work in this environment, you get ready for any corporate work, to work in any analytics team. So the idea is to make you industry ready. So we make you work in those environments where you make yourself comfortable and you work as if you're working in the real life project environment. Then you've got assessment here. Here you've got projects. So many of you are asking about the experience, about the application part. So here we have the projects which are very close to real life situations. So you'll get to work on these projects and you will be evaluated on these. And once you'll be done with the project summation, and once you qualify all the criterias, you can unlock your certificate. That's how it is. It does not end here. Here we also have community. Okay, so on this community forum, you can interact with the students, with the batchmates, and with your faculty. You can share your thoughts here. You can share your ideas here. You can ask your questions here. On this platform, files can be shared. So this community is also very useful for the learning purpose. So this is all you have. Apart from that, you also have all the content in the form of PDF, in the form of data sets, because the way of training is case study based. So we, all the trainers at Simplilearn, we follow case study based approach of training, because we all know that it's not about only learning mathematics, it's not only about learning programming, it's about how you apply the learning into solving real life problems, right? So we focus on application part, and that's why we follow case study approach, and we make our students work on different types of projects from different industries. So this is all about the LMS, Stuart.
Great, and I'm going to ask you, Shubham, a little bit later about the capstone project and the importance of that. But that's the final part of the program that all the other courses lead up to, and we'll talk about that in a couple of moments.
Oh yes, that is very important. So we'll talk about
Yeah.
that as well.
Okay, thank you for that. And as you saw with that demonstration, that was a demonstration of how the platform works. The difference for you will be that it will be the Caltech curriculum for the data science program, which consists of these core courses and electives. So you start off with the program with an induction session. And the induction session just gets you oriented towards that, how to use that LMS, what your curriculum will be, what your expectation is for attending the live classes, and how many of those you must complete in order to earn your certificate. How to prepare between classes with your self-study videos and with your labs and projects. And then you move into your first class, which is Statistics Essentials for Data Science. The basic foundation of data science is how data patterns appear and what statistical methods can be used to identify those patterns and extract information from them. So that's your foundational course. Then you move on into Python for data science, again, an IBM course, which prepares you with skills to do Python programming, because the next module after that is going to be applied data science with Python and using the Python language in order to solve actual data science problems. So you'll get training and experience in that. Then you'll move into machine learning, which is how statistical models teach themselves when they get more data. So this is the process that underlies artificial intelligence in most instances, and this the process by which data modeling improves itself in an automated fashion. So extremely important. Move into Tableau, which is how to visualize data and present it to end users who may not be data scientists, but who need to use the insights from the data. And then you'll move into your capstone project, which ties together all of the things you've learned in the previous courses into a project where you're solving a industry-based challenge. It's about a 3 to 4 week process, and I'll talk about that in a little bit more detail later. Along the way, based on your level of interest and your time availability, you can take any or all of the electives you see down here on the right side. So you can take business analytics with Excel, you can do SQL training, you can do R programming, Power BI for the Microsoft visualization business intelligence tool, deep learning with TensorFlow. You want to get farther into machine learning and AI, and you can take master classes with Caltech instructors and with IBM instructors. We also mentioned the AMAs and hackathons that IBM offers. So all of those are available to you. They are at no extra cost in the program, just based on what interests you and what your commitment of time you want to make. Along the way, you're going to be not just exposed to, but you're going to be required to use a number of different tools. Some of these you'll have to use in the core courses, and some of them are from the electives, but when you are required to use, for example, Python and libraries NumPy and SciPy, it's not a matter of you'll be able to say, yes, I know what the Python scripting language is and I know how it's used. You'll be able to show examples of how you've used it in projects and solved different data science problems. So that'll be part of your portfolio and part of your ability to demonstrate your skills later on. So when you put it on your resume, you'll be able to back it up. That applies to all of these tools that you will be using and applying. So that's a very powerful part of the program. It gives you the ability to say with confidence that you can show somebody your experience with these tools. So the capstone project we think is an extremely important part of the process also, because it's the last formal class module. It is 3 to 4 weeks of meeting with your instructor weekly to go over the challenges. You build your project individually. So you choose a capstone challenge from several different domains and different business problems, and then you build the solution. The end of that process, that project gets graded. It's how you finally unlock your certificate for the entire program. But it's also something that's part of your personal portfolio going forward. So you can show that to potential employers as an example of how you took a challenge from the ground up, and solved it completely, built the solution yourself. So it's an extremely important part of the program. We also want to point out that the program director, Rick Hefner, is the senior director for all of Caltech CTME and oversees this program and all the other programs. And he has over 40 years of experience in industry, academics, and research. So he brings a lot of expertise to the program, and he, Mike, and the instructor staff at Caltech CTME oversee the program, the curriculum, and make sure that it's being delivered according to their standards. Talk a little bit about learner outcomes. So from industry, we take people coming in from different companies who enroll in this program. As we mentioned, don't have to have work experience, but many people come in with work experience, and they come in from companies like Amazon or Accenture or Bosch Automotive or Wells Fargo Bank or Abbott Pharmaceutical. So you can see that it's a wide spectrum of industries, people that you'll be studying alongside. That gives you opportunities for networking with those people. We will talk about the Career Assist service that is available to you for students in India. If you are in other countries, we can't offer the career service as part of the program. You get all the other benefits, but this one is specifically for learners in India. What it offers, first off, you do get, wherever you are, access to our expert webinars and career events. So that's available to you worldwide, and those are free. I'll talk about those in a moment. Your project portfolio, as I've mentioned, the experience you gain in the program to build your portfolio of experience, that's available to everyone worldwide. It's the Job Assist services with IIM jobs that are specific to India. They start at the end of the boot camp and continue for 6 months after the end of the PGP, and continue for 6 months after that. So this is part of the service that helps you with your job search. It is not a job guarantee program. Do not guarantee that you will find a job after this, but we guarantee that we will provide you with the assistance through IIM jobs to help you find a job. First part of that is their employer network and their exclusive job listings, so that you can apply discreetly and confidentially to a wide number of jobs that they offer, which is a valuable service. We think the other parts are, in fact, even more valuable. Resume rewrite is important because when you submit a resume or CV to a company, it doesn't go to a human being first. It goes into an automated tracking system, and an AI bot will compare the content of your resume to the job description. So your resume has to be formatted and worded in a way that the AI bot can make that determination, can recognize what skills are in it, what experience is in it, make that comparison to the job description, and filter you in rather than filter you out. So that's an important aspect of it. But then once that process happens, the resume does go to a human being. It'll go onto their screen or onto their desktop, and they will have to look at it, see that it's attractive, that it has the qualities they're looking for. So a resume that can do both of those things, the AI filtering aspect and the human feel aspect, that's kind of an art form. Working with a writer who can help you do that is an important part of the service. Similarly, the one-on-one interview prep, if you go through the resume filter and someone calls you to set up interviews, you'll have to go through several rounds of interviews. You'll have phone screens that happen with HR people. You'll have technical skills interviews that happen with the people who will be supervising your work. They'll want to know what skills you have and see your proof of those skills. And then you'll have interviews that talk about your personality, your fit with the team, your fit with the corporate culture, your ability to be a team player. So having the opportunity to practice each of those types of interviews one-on-one is a really valuable part of this. So we're very proud that this is part of what we can offer you in this program. Again, for this particular part for India learners only. As I mentioned, the expert webinars are available to everyone worldwide, which Simplilearn conducts weekly. We bring in experts from India, from around the world, not just India, but all around the world, experts who talk about the state of the industry, or they talk about specific skills. You have access a mini lesson on a particular topic. You may get advice on your career and how to prepare for your next career move, or how to find your next job. So all of that is free on an ongoing basis and helps you with your career. And then, as we talked about, here are some examples of the kinds of projects that you'll do in the program. These are capstone challenges. Mobility as a service would be something like Uber or other ride sharing, where need to provide the solution to their fare prediction model. An automobile manufacturer, how to optimize manufacturing test times, or retail, how to do accurate sales forecasting and looking at different factors, how they affect the predicted sales patterns. So these are all challenges. Pick one of these for a capstone project. Do the build the solution yourself. So this is what you'll be able to show off to future employers. The next cohort for this program starts on the 1st of March with an induction session, and the classes start on the 11th of March. And 4-hour Saturdays, 4-hour Sundays is the live class schedule. Not all of the courses have live classes, but plan as if they do, and be aware that you'll be committing your weekends for quite a long period of time. If you miss a class, you can catch up on it with class recording, but you do have to, for different courses, it's a requirement for how many classes you must attend live. So the cost of this program is $1,95,000, which can be financed as low as $6,473 a month, or 73 rupees a month, pardon me. And the bonus that I mentioned, before I go on to this question, the bonus I mentioned is that you will receive, for being here today, a 15% discount off of these program fees if you enroll from this webinar. So if you sign up for the March cohort and mention that you attended this webinar, we will give you a 15% discount off of these fees. My colleague Arjun, type that into the chat if you would, please. Mention that the 15% discount is the bonus we talked about. And based on what you've heard, are you interested in enrolling in this program? So let me ask that question. And we'll leave this open for about 20 more seconds. Get your answers in, please. Close the poll in about 5 seconds from now. All right. And approximately 2/3 of the folks who responded said they are interested, which is fantastic. We're very pleased with that. So let me share with you how to get enrolled. The enrollment steps are very straightforward. You email us at askus@simplilearn.net. Once you do that, and Arjun, I think if you would put that into the chat, that would be great. Ask us at simplilearn.net. You'll contact one of our learning consultants that way. They will send you the application, and you'll need to provide proof of your bachelor's degree. You'll need to verify any work experience that you want us to consider, and you may have to take a simple assessment test to show that you have that basic understanding of programming and mathematics. This is all to make sure that you have the background and the desire to succeed in this program, because it is an investment of 11 months of time and substantial financial investment. You're going to want to, we want to know that you're committed to succeeding as much as you want to know that we're committed to your success. At that point, you'll receive an admission offer, and you can get scheduled for the next induction session, and you're get ready to start your classes. So for those of you who have said that you are interested, I'd like to know how soon you would like to get involved. Are you looking to start on the March cohort, or are you looking maybe for the one right after that in April or May, or are you looking further down the road? I'll leave this open for another about 10 seconds. Get your answers in, please. I'll close in 4, 3, 2, 1. So more than half, almost 60% of our audience wants to get involved either in March or maybe in April, May. Fantastic. And you want to contact Ask Us at simplilearn.net to get that process started. For those of you who are looking further out, please do contact us again at that same email address, askus at simplilearn.net, and you'll be able to ask any questions that you want to get answered, and we'll be able to be in line, be informed about future cohorts of the program. So at this point, we can take questions and answers. Again, if you've put them into the Q&A, I'll be able to see them there. And if you are on our streaming services, hopefully these have been moved over into a place where I can see them. Arjun has been tracking that, so allow me to pull up our question sheet, see if we have any. Okay. So in the Q&A, what are the prerequisites? Sir, I think we've talked about the prerequisites. You do have to have bachelor's degree with 50% marks or better. And then you do have to have basic understanding of programming and mathematics. Work experience is preferred, but not required. So we have a question from Adarsh, who is fully a beginner in programming. How can you learn programming and data science? So Adarsh, if you have no background at all in programming, mathematics, statistics, Simplilearn offers some free self-study courses that can get you some basic understanding of those fields, get you prepared from that perspective for this. You do have to have the bachelor's degree requirement. That's a separate thing we can't provide from our website, but if you've got a bachelor's degree and you want to get some background in programming and mathematics, prepare for this program, you can check our website for some of our call skill up courses that will give you some of the basic background that. Ushan Shatkar, who says, I am going to be finishing my bachelor's in another 4 months. Will I be eligible for the program? I believe the answer to that is yes. You want to contact our learning consultants to make sure that that's the case. I'm pretty confident that you can start the program as long as you are going to complete your bachelor's before the end of the postgraduate program. So again, contact our learning consultants, verify that please. Singham asked whether we award a PG certificate in AI and ML for this program apart from the data science certificate. That's a separate program. And we offer an AI and ML program through our affiliation with Caltech, as well as other programs with our affiliations with other universities. So you can contact the learning consultants at askus@simplilearn.net. You can ask the question about the differences between the programs, because you may want to choose, for example, if your focus is on AI and ML, you may want to choose that one instead of this program in order to focus on that directly. There's a lot of the data science preparation that goes into that program as well. So again, ask that question. Have asked, do we get a certificate after this webinar? You can ask for one, and glad to provide you one. It's only a proof of attendance that you came to this informational session. The certificate for Simplilearn and from Caltech, is it valued by international companies? The answer is yes. The reason that we're affiliating with major universities, both in the United States and in India and in Europe and other regions, is that these are institutions that have international reputations. So Caltech certainly is recognized worldwide as one of the premier higher education and research institutions. And so having a certificate from Caltech is something that people will recognize internationally. Anonymous attendee, is the certificate important to show that we learned a programming language? So that's not the primary focus of this program. However, you will get a certificate that shows that you are certified in Python programming. You can earn a certificate in R programming, and having those certificates, which in this program happen to be issued by IBM, certainly valuable so that you can back up any claim that you make that you understand how to program in Python or R. So the schedule of the program runs for 11 months, starting March 11th, and runs live classes on the weekends. So ask our learning consultants about the complete program schedule. What kind of demand do data analysts have in the job market of the U.S.? The answer to that is the demand is very high. If you check Indeed.com or Glassdoor and look, or Dice.com, and look at job listings for data analysts and their overviews of the different job areas, see the kinds of salaries that are being offered and the number of jobs that are listed. And there are many thousands of job openings for data analysts with pretty high salaries. And the reason is, as Mike shared, the amount of data that's flooding into the world is tremendous, especially since the pandemic, when companies moved into the digital domain, into remote work and non-contact work and online ordering. Suddenly, there's much more data available about consumer behavior, about business-to-business transactions, and so companies need a lot of help extracting the understanding knowledge and information from that sea of data. So will the skill of data science, and could ask a great question, will the skill of data science help us to find better use of existing data we have for our organization? The answer to that is emphatically yes. Understanding data science will allow you to look at different sources of data within your organization and gain insights into how you can pull predictions and prescriptions for future changes out of that data. Here is an example from US during the pandemic. Fast food chain called Wendy's understood that they would have fewer people going into the restaurants to pick up food during the pandemic, and more people would be ordering through the drive-through. So they developed a mobile app which would allow you to place your order before you went to the restaurant, then tell the person at the drive-through window, I'm here to pick up the order for Stuart. And they would have your order ready and give it to you. This made for greater efficiency. However, what they realized was that this also gave them data about ordering patterns tied to individual consumers. So now they could say, well, this individual likes to order 10-piece chicken nugget every time they come. So maybe we can promote to them our chicken sandwich. They can do a number of different things analytically with that data. They can say this person likes to order at 1 p.m. rather than 12 noon to get their lunch. So maybe we can time our promotions to them and send them a push message that will remind them to order at 12:30 p.m. This became a huge driver for new business for the company. So this is an example, kind of just one example of how an organization realized that data science could help them take existing data or new data streams in their organization and create new value. Singham, who has 17 years of experience in automotive, is Lean Six Sigma Master Black Belt. And as you know, Singham, the fundamental principles of Lean Six Sigma are based on statistical process control, which is all data. So one of the aspects of this program, one of the reasons why companies like Bosch in the automotive industry so interested in having people trained in data science, because you want to go beyond looking at the data that goes into statistical process control as a matter of monitoring the process and the quality deviations from the process. You want to start looking at what else is the data telling you in terms of predictive maintenance needs, in terms of ways you could reorganize the manufacturing process, greater efficiency. So data science can help you a great deal in the automotive business. AJ Das is the first semester in engineering. AJ, again, this is a postgraduate program, so whenever it is you're scheduled to graduate with a bachelor's degree, you will need to orient your timing around that. Bastia says, I'm an electrical engineer. I'm eligible for this program. I don't have programming knowledge, but I have better maths knowledge. Well, the answer to that is, yeah, you are eligible if you need to get some programming knowledge, some basic understanding of programming concepts. Again, we have the courses through our Skill Up program where you can, for free, take some basic programming training and get that background. You don't need a great deal of programming knowledge to be able to enroll in this program. What about Purdue University? Purdue University is a separate partnership that we have. And we do a number of programs with them, including digital marketing. So if you have other interests outside of data science, you can take a look at some of those. With Caltech, we do cloud computing, data science, data analytics, AI and machine learning, blockchain, number of different technology fields with Caltech. So we have a number of programs that we do with Caltech. Is the attendance to be taken at the end of the session? If you're assuming today, this is already being recorded by Zoom. Not a problem. And let me take a look. All right. So I think that covers all of the questions that we have so far. A couple more that just came in. I am from life sciences background. Started learning about databases. Would this help me in understanding and completing the program? And the answer to that is yes. And certainly in life sciences, statistics and data science are the foundation of all statistical analyses. If you're looking, for example, to work in pharmaceuticals, everything that's done in clinical trials is based on statistical analysis of the results to determine whether there's a statistical validity to a claim that a drug is effective or safe. So that's just one example of how this applies in life sciences. And again, we talked about the last question, opportunities for data analysis. I've already addressed that. And with that, I'm going to conclude Q&A. We'll move on to the end of this program because we're at our 60 minutes. So I just want to ask one last question. For those of you who asked whether you would receive a certificate for attending tonight's session, here is your opportunity. If you want to receive a certificate for tonight's session, please answer yes here. And also answer yes here if you would like us to reach out to you and help you get enrolled in the program. So leave this open for just another 10 seconds. As it's a yes or no question. Get your answers in, and I will close it in 3, 2, 1. Share the results. So a little more than half of the audience are interested in having us reach out. Again, we will send you a proof of attendance for tonight and also answer any questions you have about the program. With that, I want to thank you. I want to thank my colleague Arjun for helping keep track of what's going on in the chat and Q&A for us. And I want to thank all of you for being here this evening, whether you were here in the Zoom session or on one of our streaming services. We want to remind you that if you enroll, you will be able to claim a 15% discount on the program fees. We want to remind you to tell the learning consultant when you email us at askus@simplilearn.net. You want to use the QR code to go to our website, to the program page for the Caltech CTME postgraduate program in data science. It'll take you there. And we, on behalf of Caltech and on behalf of Simplilearn, I would like to offer you all the opportunity to welcome you into the Caltech and Simplilearn learning community. And we hope to see you in our courses. Thank you again for being here. That concludes our webinar for tonight.